ChatGPT Plus is free for college students through May. Here's the thing. You've got a lot to do between now and then. Studying for finals, writing papers, trying to keep your life on track, and ChatGPT can help with all of it. It can quiz you for your econ exam, make a study guide from your French notes, plan out your meals and study breaks. It can get really specific on how you like to learn. It can even help you come up with ways to stop procrastinating. So from now until summer break, take advantage of all the ways ChatGPT can make your life easier. Restrictions apply.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injury is an additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
Some coaches always seem to move up. It's not luck, it's the habits they build every day. If you want to get promoted, start doing what successful coaches do. Today we'll break down the key habits that separate coaches who get promoted from those who stay in the same role year after year. And remember, to help yourself get promoted, get in the Coach Portal. Go to coachportal.com, enter the code CCPODCAST for a 6-month free trial, and get ready to make your next move. Today I'm joined by Deon Broomfield. He's a safeties coach and defensive pass game coordinator for Iowa State. We're going to talk about some of the things and get some tips from him on what are those habits that get coaches promoted. So, Coach, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate your time and effort putting this together. I think if you want to get promoted, you got to start acting like a coach that you want to become. The best assistants are already thinking and preparing like coordinators, and the coordinators are really operating like they want to become head coaches. I mean, it's not just about the opportunity, it's about proving that you're ready when that time does arrive, that you're already working towards that.
Coach, I know you put together some habits that you feel are very important in this idea of being able to get promoted and being ready for promotions. What are some of those habits you found?
Yeah, I think, I got a couple here. The first one really is the guys that show initiative. They don't wait for assignments or to be told what to do. They find ways to add value for themselves and for the program. And, that could be anything from staying up late and drawing extra scout cards to leading player meetings to volunteering to run scout team. I think anything of those, but it's showing that you're willing to do whatever it takes. The next one, they build relationships. I think anytime you're talking about advancing in your career, it's going to be beyond the X's and O's. Are you meeting with athletic directors? Are you meeting with coaches outside your building? I think any of those, but people are always trying to find relationships and continue to pour into that so they can develop beyond the X's and O's. Then you talk about the X's and O's, man, they invest in learning, whether it's, going to clinic talks, whether they're meeting with coaches on their staff, but they're investing the time so they can be really efficient and proficient in terms of their coaching and their ability to understand multiple schemes, fundamentals, and techniques. The next one, they develop people, and I don't say just players, but man, if you're in a position coach role, are you developing grad assistants? Are you developing your volunteer workers? There's a track record of you developing people around you outside of just your players. And then guys that move up and they get promoted, they stay ready for the next opportunity. They don't have to kind of wait last second to put together their resume or their coaching philosophy. They're spending time on their own, whether it's in the summer or during breaks, of pouring in time and investing and being ready when that opportunity does come. Man, they're ready to go at it at any minute.
Coach, I think those are some really good tips and habits that you've identified. When you look at the different habits, what's the number one habit you see in coaches who keep advancing?
Man, I don't know if I can narrow down to one, but I think one is the investing in learning. I think guys are always staying curious. And, the thing is, you never really have arrived. And the guys that keep moving up, they're really eager to continue to learn. And then it's the building relationships. I think guys that pour into other people and not, calling when you need a job, but they're actually genuinely interested in people beyond just the X's and O's, and they want to develop those relationships. So I think those two things probably stand out the most.
Can you share a story of a coach, and maybe it's you, who got promoted because of how they approach their role?
The first person will probably one of the guys in our building will be probably Taylor Mauser, our offensive coordinator. He's been with Coach Campbell for, 10 plus years. He literally started off as a volunteer student worker at the University of Toledo and literally was filling out envelopes and sending out camp flyers. That was his first assignment. And his mentality was, I wanted to be the best at that. And man, he dominated that role. And next thing you know, he gets promoted to a recruiting role. And, you know, that recruiting role, and he ended up discovering Breece Hall and Brock Purdy. And he did so well, it was like, well, we got to find a role for you in another avenue. And it was coaching the tight ends. He coaches the tight ends for 2 or 3 years, and he has draft picks, and he developed guys at a high level. And, you know, the opportunity came where offensive coordinator role opened up, and, you know, he's been so trusted. And every time he's proven that, man, he was ready for that next move. But he's the first person, I think, just his work ethic and just never, like, really feeling like he was too big for a role. And, you know, obviously he's continuing to advance his career.
Yeah, he's joined us on one of the series in the podcast. I'll be sure we link that one in the show notes. And, Coach, it was great to have you on here. Love the habits that you shared. Definitely some things for coaches to think about, pay attention to as you're working through to make your next move. So appreciate your time, Coach, and good luck to you and the Cyclones here in 2025.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you for having me.
Be sure you're developing the habits that help get you promoted as you move through this profession. If you want to position yourself for your next promotion, make sure hiring coaches can find you. Upload your resume to Coach Portal today and put yourself on the radar for your next opportunity. Go to coach-portal.com, enter the code CCPODCAST, and start your 6-month free trial today.